Shelley Wade, host of the Goodness Factor podcast. As an antidote to the drumbeat of negative news we're inundated with on a daily basis, the Goodness Factor shines the spotlight on good news and good people doing good things. Each episode starts off with the Goodness Report, then we interview a do-gooder, and we end each episode by sharing a good word with you. Welcome to the Goodness Factor, where we report good news and shine the spotlight on good people doing good things. I'm your host, Shelley Wade. Coming up on the show today, viewers like you share their good news stories of kindness and what they're grateful for. Let's kick everything off with a heroic story from Rushsylvania, Ohio, where a routine school field trip turned into a life-saving mission. Staff and bus drivers from Ridgemont local schools were transporting K-2 students back from their theater performance when they spotted smoke billowing from a residential roof. Without waiting for emergency crews, the drivers and teachers pulled over and sprang into action. They alerted the residents inside who were unaware of the fire and helped them evacuate safely before the flames could spread. While the house suffered damage, thanks to the quick thinking of these everyday heroes, no one was injured. And have you heard about the Buddhist monks on a walk for peace? The monks have been on a 100-day, 2,300-mile walk across the American heartland, quote, on a journey to bring blessings to countless lives in a world filled with uncertainty and restlessness. The monks, along with their 4-year-old dog Aloka, have faced harsh, snowy weather, accidents, and injuries, yet they are determined to keep walking. Their journey started off in Fort Worth, Texas, and at the time of this recording is set to conclude in Washington, D.C. Thousands of Americans have joined the monks along the walk to offer them food, water, gifts, and even shelter. They've also gained millions of followers on social media as people monitor their progress. Once the monks have completed the walk for peace, they will board a bus and should be back home in Fort Worth by Valentine's Day. And finally, 2 new Penn grads have invented a special hat for premature babies that protects their hearing. Sophie Ishiwari and Gabby Daltoso say they were inspired to create the Sonora beanie after shadowing in a neonatal intensive care unit during their senior year at Penn. It's a beanie that goes over their ears and filters out frequencies higher than 500 hertz. Too many hospital sounds like beeping can have lasting effects on the babies, causing issues like high heart rate, poor sleep, low appetite, and a higher rate of language delays in premature babies. So this beanie aims to prevent that. There's also a cool feature that allows hospital staff to play pre-recorded messages from the baby's parents via an app. The hope is that the FDA will grant approval for the Sonora beanie within the next year so they can eventually launch the product to hospitals nationwide. Let me tell you why this story is special for me, because I was a preemie. Yeah, I was supposed to be born in February, but I was born in December, and I was in and out of the hospital constantly until I was 2 years old. In fact, the doctors told my mom they didn't even think I would live, but look at me now. So I love stories where people are doing what they can to help our preemies not only survive, but to thrive. And that's the Goodness Report. Time for the do-gooder interview. Well, it's not so much a do-gooder interview this episode, rather wonderful viewers like you sharing the good news that's going on in their lives and what they're grateful for.
Hi, this is Randy coming to you from Texas. Life is a challenge, but there are a lot of beautiful things in this world. I'm very thankful my daughter recently turned 16. And we're struggling financially, and she understood we couldn't have a party for her, but we will be having one for her next weekend, which is great. And I've had a lot of people willing to help out and make sure she has a good time, and it's awesome that she's been super understanding. But also another good thing I'd like to say, I never really fit in growing up, or even as an adult I haven't fit in, and I joined a group chat for people who love the game of Survivor, and we have raffle tickets, and we do so many things together, and through them I joined a book club, and everyone has been so super supportive of me and everything that I've been going through, and somebody even sent me the book for free that I could read, and we talked about it, and I've never owned a buff before, and we have buffs personal buffs made up, and I had somebody pay for mine, and she was willing to let me do payments for her. So there are a lot of good people in the world out there that help you when you're in need. And when I told her I can give her money for it, she said, well, I don't want you to be without. So she let me do small payments. And she went on a cruise herself, and she could have used that money. So that was very touching. So don't give up. There are good people out there in the world who are willing to help you if you just share your story. And thank you very much, and I hope everyone has a blessed day.
Hey Shelley, it's Tara. I'm in Newark, New Jersey, and the good news I have for everybody this week is that it's going to be 44 degrees on Tuesday.
Hey, what's up, you guys? My name is Jason Fletcher, also known professionally as Professor J, the author, coming to you from Houston, Texas, H-Town, and wanted to share a bit of good news with you guys on the health and fitness front. I am in a seemingly never ending, but always trying to pursue being healthier and doing better and losing weight, of course, and learned yesterday from my doctor that all levels are good, and I recently lost 7 pounds. May not seem a lot to a lot of people, but hey, that's a start, and it gave me the motivation to keep on going further. So that's the good news I wanted to share with you guys. I hope it inspires somebody along the way. Peace.
Hi, Shelley. This is Jenny June. I'm in Long Island, New York. Some good news that has happened recently for me is I'll be launching my one-on-one sessions. This is something I've been called to do for some time now. And based off of my honoring my self-worth, it feels really good to build and be rooted in the work that helps and support others. And I'm super excited for what's all to unfold. Unexpectedly, people have reached out to me just for guidance and trusting me with their hearts. And it reminds me that just being authentic in itself ripples outward in such beautiful ways. Thank you for creating space for good news. On the Goodness Factor, peace and love.
Listen, I know I'm not the only one who needs to hear good news in this crazy world. So I appreciate you guys coming on to the Goodness Factor, joining us to share your good news and what you're grateful for. You guys are definitely do-gooders. Now it's time for the good word. If you're anything like me, then you can be your own worst critic. You can be so hard on yourself because why? You're not perfect. I mean, well, newsflash, no one's perfect. Nothing is ever perfect. So you can give up that narrative. You're never going to be perfect, but if you are doing your best, then you're on the right path. So give yourself some grace. And listen, I'm telling myself this as much as I'm telling you that. Give yourself some grace, Shelley. Telling you, give yourself some grace. Be kind to yourself today so you can be a light to someone else tomorrow. And that's the good word. Wrapping up another episode of The Goodness Factor. Thank you so much for checking it out. We drop episodes on Tuesdays, so be sure that you subscribed on YouTube like you're watching me right now. It's The Goodness Factor with Shelley Wade. Subscribe to my Goodness Factor channel. And you can also listen to the OG audio version of the podcast. These are actually two separate productions. The audio version, same content, but different productions. So you can check out how the audio version sounds as well, wherever you get your podcasts. And I will talk to you next episode. Don't forget, kindness is difficult to give away because it keeps coming back. Love you. Mwah.